70% of Americans take at least one prescription drug. More than half of us take two. Researchers say a record 4 billion prescriptions were written in 2011.
Total drug spending jumped last year by 3% to nearly $330 billion with a B.
Did you know some of these companies pay your doctor to speak about their products?
I did a study probably about 15 years ago where we looked at drug companies paying for doctors to take trips to learn about their drug to nice resorts. And even though the doctors said that this in no way influenced their prescribing pattern, we were able to show that the drugs that were mentioned at these conferences tripled to quadrupled in usage right after the trip.
Well, I take 5 pills per day, 3 different pills, but I take 2 of them twice and one only once a day. I take Orap, 1 milligram 2 times a day, Intunib, 3 milligram 2 times a day, and I take Zolidopan, say about 20, 30 milligrams, something like that, once a day.
But Austin is not alone. Approximately 37 million people in the U.S. take 3 or more prescription drugs. In fact, U.S. pharmacy and drugstore rates have been increasing over the past 2 decades, going from $75 billion in 1992 to $230 billion in 2010. The rise in pharmaceutical revenue is the culmination of years of marketing practices, whether it be directly to consumers or healthcare providers. However, these pharmaceutical companies realize the untapped potential of marketing to doctors directly, and therefore spend a mean $24 billion marketing directly to doctors and a mere $4 billion directly to consumers. This ratio of proportional spending on doctors is evidenced by the records published by pharmaceutical companies on openpayments.cms.gov, which allows for greater transparency in the financials between pharmaceutical companies, physicians, and patients. Take Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. They spend an estimated $7.8 million on marketing to doctors while only spending $100,000 on research towards the drug itself. That's 98.6% of their funds on marketing while only 1.4% on drug development. The methods in which pharmaceutical companies market are through free lunches towards doctors. Essentially, this company spent $7 million on food and only highlights the importance this marketing method serves to them. We asked a local physician whose name and specialty we cannot disclose to shine light on the marketing practices and what goes on. Through her Open Payments website, we can see that Dr. X has received around $350 in free lunches.
The food and beverages include the lunches that the drug representatives bring to the doctor's offices. Also, sometimes they sponsor dinner presentations when outside a well-renowned speaker comes to town and talks about a certain important topics to the local doctors. I'm a physician. I see patients who have diabetes, high cholesterol, thyroid conditions. I evaluate them, treat them, and prescribe medications as necessary.
How often do these lunches occur, and what exactly happens in these meetings?
It differs from office to office. The lunches can be anywhere between none to about 3 times a week. And when they bring in lunch, it is served in a buffet style, and the doctors and the different employees will take the food and come to the table where the drug representatives will talk to the doctors about the medication and get the doctor's opinion about their if they have any questions that need to be answered or information that they can give to the doctor about any new medication coming to the market.
Do these pharmaceutical companies receive records of your prescriptions?
Yes, the pharmaceutical companies have, from what I understand, get information from a third party who gets information from the pharmacies about our prescribing patterns.
Do they act on this information?
They do. It depends again on the personality of the representative. They do ask us, if they notice that we are not prescribing a certain medication, they would ask us why, and they are willing to give more safety data or more information about the medicine and answer any questions we have about the medicine. Some of them are more aggressive than the others, like in any other marketing field, like you have different car salesmen, one being different than the other. So they try to use that sometimes subtly, sometimes more aggressively when they discuss these medications with us.
Do you think this is an unorthodox method of marketing?
I do not think this is an unorthodox method, considering this marketing strategy is used in different fields across globally.
But studies have found a correlation and link between lunches with doctors and an increased prescription rate. The 2000 landmark study on this, titled Physicians in the Pharmaceutical Industry, Is a Gift Ever Just a Gift?, concluded that simply meeting with pharmaceutical reps was found to impact the prescribing practice of residents and physicians in terms of prescribing cost, non-rational prescribing, awareness, preference, and rapid prescribing of new drugs, and decreased prescribing of generic drugs. Other sales tactics are indeed unorthodox and are exhibited in countless lawsuits, one of which is the United States of America versus Novartis Pharmaceutical Corporation, where Novartis threw a party at a restaurant for doctors to learn about cardiovascular drugs made by the company. However, because of a whistleblower, the party was exposed, and turns out 9 sales representatives created it, no doctors attended, and the company wrote an honorarium check to Dr. Robert Nissan. Preet Bharara, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, said, Novartis corrupted the prescription drug dispensing process with multi-million-dollar incentive programs that targeted doctors who, in exchange for illegal kickbacks, steered patients toward its drugs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Daryl Baker, Simon Jones, Rob Yacht, and Ken Tima.
What you just witnessed was not an NBA pregame show, but a convention held towards pharmaceutical reps of asthma medication.
There are people in this room who are going to make an ungodly sum of money selling Advair. And you know who you are.
It's these pharmaceutical companies, not only with marketing to doctors but directly to consumers, that have increased the number of prescription drugs. Some companies even incentivize reps by giving them bonuses based on the number of drugs their respective clients prescribe. It's similar to how teachers were getting bonuses based on student excellence, but that only ended in an extensive cheating scandal. The increase in the number of drugs can be explained by the culture drawn by the multi-million-dollar ads that evoke consumers to ask their doctors about a certain product that will say, help them focus or lose weight. The result is that doctors are prescribing the medication rather than advising patients to develop healthier lifestyles. This culture of solving everything with medication can have a dramatic effect on our lives.
So, what are the side effects of these pills? Okay, so intuitive, obviously one of the biggest side effects there is drowsiness, because it can make me tired oftentimes when I'm not supposed to be. That's really the only one for there, but Zolidipam, that one has a few side effects. That one's probably my strongest drug that I would take daily. And I would say, a lot of the side effects are different, neurological syndromes, I would say, probably like, ADD, ADHD, kind of like attentiveness, and, I get distracted pretty easily, it kind of like causes other syndromes, neurologically, as a side effect of the medication I'm taking now. And then ORAP, which is, the one I take every day, and that's there's not really a lot of side effects there. Just average, don't use alcohol, just the usual side effects there. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Interesting. Thank you, Hanson, for the interview.
However, some of the universities have started restricting the representatives from bringing lunches to their offices.
So, along with universities beginning to restrict pharmaceutical access to their doctors, websites like the government-mandated open payments are helping the situation by making it more transparent. If we could just follow this path, we can live in a system where pharmaceutical reps, physicians, and patients can be in full trust of each other so that we can use medicine to our benefit rather than to our malevolence in the hopes of greater accomplishments in the future of the medicinal field.